Hello friends. My name is Aslam Sheikh, your host for this evening, and I'm founder and CEO of Alif, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is our 12th webinar in the series and has been broadcasted live on Facebook and YouTube channel. Every Friday, we aim to bring in valuable speakers to discuss the topics that are important to you and help students and parents to make a wise career decision. If you have not liked our Facebook page or subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Our Facebook page ID is Alif Overseas, or my personal Facebook ID is Aslam I Sheikh, which you can get connected to. If you'd like to go through all our webinar series and have a look at the YouTube channel and go through a lot of inputs and insights, I invite you to go to our YouTube channel again with the name of Alif Overseas or Aslam I Sheikh. You can see on the comment columns the IDs, which you can just click and subscribe or like the page so that you can get connected to all the recent developments in the field of education and the resource material which we put on or to the webinars like this. Okay, if you're a school counselor, principals, university, or industry experts listening to us and would like to join our platform to share your insights and experience related to the subjects which you feel you are expert in, I would invite you to please write to me at aslam@alif.in. That's my ID, wherein we will be more than happy to have you on the board. And if you wish to receive a free journal on career counseling, then please just follow this link on the comment column and leave your information. And my team will send you the free career counseling journal, which will be helpful for you to navigate in your career. So let's move on to today's topic. And before that, I would just like to have some introduction of the topic. So today's topic is Indo-Europe Students Confluence. And to discuss these exciting subjects, we have with us an aspiring panel of speakers. And this time, yes, they are our students. So let's welcome them one by one. The students are here on this conference, joining from Ireland, Germany, France, and India. And let me introduce them one by one. First, Priya Makija. Hi, Priya.
Hello, sir.
Hi. So about Priya is studying her master's in international business at Montpellier Business School in southern part of France. She joined September 2019 intake, so she spent quite a good amount of time to share her experience with us. Her career aspiration is to be a business developer, and her hobbies are public speaking and writing. Second speaker on the panel is Mr. Shreyas Gujjar. Hi, Shreyas.
Hi, sir. Hello, everyone.
Shreyas is from Germany. He's joining from a University of ULM, or sometime you call Ulm. Right, Shreyas, if I'm pronouncing correctly. Germans are very particular about pronunciation, so just excuse me for that. So Shreyas is pursuing his master's in chemical engineering. Again, he joined October 2019, last year intake. His career aspiration is to practice sustainable engineering and produce things of basic necessities at mean to negotiable cost. And his hobbies is writing, blogging, reading, novels, and writing. Welcome, friends. We have a next speaker, Mr. Pritesh Tiwari. Hi, Pritesh.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening to you in France, in Ireland. Pritesh is joining from the beautiful city of Dublin, Ireland. He's studying his MSc in data analytics. So the computer guy, so anybody who wants to know more about in this field, please write onto your comment and questions, and we'll be happy to forward it to Pritesh. Pritesh is from National College of Ireland. It's a very reputed college in Ireland. He joined Jan 2020 intake, and his career aspiration is data solution architect. His hobbies are playing cricket and cooking. Next, I'm happy to introduce our two Indian speakers. We went through some profiles and we finally selected these two speakers who we believe they can represent the graduating students well and their mindset. So let me introduce first speaker from India, Saurav Manohar. Hi, Saurav.
Hi, sir. Hi, everyone.
Hello. So Saurav is pursuing his B automobile engineering. He's into his fourth year from Theme Engineering College in Mysore. His career aspiration is to become a successful automobile engineer. And his hobbies is watch and learn about various automobile trends, also like playing games. And our second speaker from India is Sayyid Muhammad Ehsan Abdal. Hi, Abdal.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello,
Is
sir.
it okay? I'm calling you Abdal. Is it the right
Yeah,
time,
that's
right name
fine.
to? Okay, great.
That's fine.
So, thank you. So, Abdal is pursuing his BTech in computer science, in which he's studying into his fourth year, eighth semester from Rumta College of Engineering and Technology in Bhilai. That's in North India. And his career aspiration is to be an IS or IFS officer. And he also mentioned to me yesterday that he wants to get into the social entrepreneurship line, so which I really appreciated his ideas. His hobbies are watching series, okay, working on social business model. Great. So I'm really happy to have all of you here, and really thank you very much for your time, efforts to put in to join from different parts of India and the world.
Thank you.
Okay. Before I move further, I would like to briefly introduce who we are so that the people who are joining us first time on this platform will get to know something about us. And let me try, with the help of technology, to just move on to the screen. So I'm the founder and CEO of Alif. Alif is a 12 years old organization helping students in career counseling and study abroad consulting. The meaning of Alif is the first alphabet in the language. It's a first step towards the journey, and that's the reason why this name is for us. That's our core team, that's our affiliations and our milestones. We have counseled over 23,000 students, 100% admission success ratio, which we are proud of, 95% visa success ratio across these 14 plus countries. We have a lot of affiliations, which you can have a look at this side. What we guarantee you is the 100% admissions. So we have got a set of universities which we represent, and if you apply to any of those universities, we guarantee you the admission once we accept your application. Some of the best universities of the world where our students at present are studying are in front of you across different countries. Again, another important point about us is about the scholarship. Till now, we have helped our students to get a scholarship worth 23 crore plus in Indian rupees. The scholarship comes in different format, like your full tuition fee waivers, subsidies, term exemptions, assistantship, etc., etc. And our students are enjoying across the world these benefits through us. Some of our students, who you can see that how much of scholarship they have got through. Oh, I got shares also. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
And then moving further, we do career counseling for students. So that's the first step we start with. Uh, if anyone of you have switched on Facebook, please just mute it because it will echo it. So we do the career counseling. That's the very first thing which we help the students for. These are the testimonials. We are awarded by British Council. We've got students who have scored well in their IELTS exam. These are some of the results. We help the students who wants to go abroad for higher education, right from student profiling to accommodation, ticketing, visa, etc. Some of our student testimonials. These are the different countries and different continent we represent. We prepare our student before going. So it's not just admission and visa. We help you to understand the culture, how to behave, etc. Quality assurance. We are ISO certified. I personally visit, my staff visit abroad to students to meet them. Priya, who is one of our speakers, I happened to see her last year when I was there in France. So, and we have been highly rated in Facebook. Our rating is 4.6 out of 5, and Google 4.1 out of 5. These are the ratings by the students. A lot of events which we organize in India, we participate in abroad. Student travel, I travel. I love to learn uh, from the different universities, and that's what I always love to do. So that's it from that part. Now let me come back to our speakers. Okay, so we are back. Everybody can see us, see each other.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
yes.
So that's the introduction. So now let's come back to the main meat. Okay. So let me understand first, because this program has been organized purely and simply for the students because the time is very tough. Final year students are finding it challenging. They are in a different mindset. So let's understand what's going on at the moment in the final year graduate students' uh, uh, mind. What are the concerns? What are the queries? So may I come to Saurav? And Saurav, can you describe the top three questions which you're dealing with at the moment being a final year student?
First and foremost question is that is it safe now to travel abroad and go for studies amid this
Mhm.
current situation, what is happening around the globe? Second is, how can we pursue the foreign education like universities? How can we apply for them? Because on the internet, the data which we get is not clear. It is not the various site we visit, the data has not been put up properly that we can get a single particular options or we can read single information and get admission in the universities. These are the two main questions that I'm concerned.
Okay. Okay, great. And Abdul, if I come to you, you are doing your BTech in computers. So, what are the queries there in your mind considering the current situation as a final year student?
As a final year student, one of the most prominent concerns is, as Saurabh said, that is it really safe now to travel? And even if we get the unconditional call letter from the universities that we apply in, will we be given the immigrations regarding, like, the immigration system has changed? So will we be given the visa? This is the first question. And the second one is, a lot of people know about the basics that we need to do for getting admission in foreign. That is, get a good score in GRE or GMAT, and one is get a good score in IELTS, TOEFL, or PSN test of English, and then write a good SOP, get a good LOR. But
Right,
is there a particular place or a platform, single window, where we can actually get to have all the information at one point? And do SOPs really matter? How do we structure it? How do we
right.
structure our SOPs?
Okay, great. So good to start with these questions, and I would like to invite our mentor students who would like to jump into any of these questions. First is the safety and security. Let's break these questions into different parts. So, anybody, Shreya, Pritesh, or Priyanka, would like to address this particular query?
Um, the third concern, like after this two, is that students usually say that what is the scope of getting jobs or what is the scope of getting part time.
Yeah, that question I'll come on you later. Sorry. I just wanted to address first this question, what Saurav asked. How safe?
Yeah.
What do you think being in France now? Safety point of view.
For the safety purpose, government is taking lot of measures, like they are providing us masks, they are providing us sanitizing to our places if we request them, and that is totally free. So coming to like France, it's totally safe. Also, the cases are not increasing more than 500 on the daily purpose, daily, if we see. And
Okay.
to the university, I'm in the southern part of the France. Now the France has become 90% cured with the COVID situation. Only the new cases which are jumping every day are the little getting us hurt.
Okay.
And
How's
apart from, sorry,
yeah. No.
apart
Please
from
go
this,
ahead.
I'm in the south of France. My college name is Montpellier Business School. So they are also taking many steps. Like they are providing us, if you can't travel, they are recording the lectures, providing us online lectures.
Okay.
So it is 100% safe to travel to the France.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, George, would you like to explain how's the situation in Germany at the moment?
Yeah, so the German government is pretty strict when it comes to safety, especially for the student purpose. So for now, it's been pretty clearly declared that even the next semester, which usually starts in mid-October, is shifted to 2nd November, and they have clearly stated that the winter semester is still going to be online if the vaccines don't come into the picture. So you can say till February, the college is going to be online. But considering that now I'm in chemicals, so we there's a must that we need to go to the labs to perform all the labs and all. So only the lectures are going to be online. If there are labs, if there is a research internship, if there is some PhD guys who are working, or I don't know, for the matter of exams, you have to go to the university. And all the precautions are taken. Firstly, the labs were conducted in a group of three, and
Mhm.
in real time there were like five groups working in a lab, but now it has been reduced to a pair of two, and only two groups can work in a single lab. So from the safety perspective, university is taking all the measures. You can't go without the mask inside the university. If you want to roam around in the streets, you can roam around without masks. But once you get into the trams, trains, or any closed spaces, like for example, medical shops or any for that matter, to eat somewhere, you have to get your masks on. And considering the cases in Germany right now, if you see on Worldometer, I checked it today morning, it's around 6,200 active cases in Germany. So, and we are getting around 90 to 100 cases per day. So, and in my city, especially, there are barely any cases. So, yeah, I think everything is opened up over here and everyone is roaming around the lake.
So
And
you're allowed to go to the restaurant
yeah,
and
yeah,
in the
yeah,
public.
everything is fine. You can even sit there and eat from this 15th of July. Till 15th of July, only takeaway was possible. But now everything has been opened up.
Okay. And thank you very much, Jans. How's Pritesh? How's the situation in Ireland at the moment?
So talking about Ireland, the situation is pretty much safe, I would say. Like we are not getting more than 5 to 10 cases per day, and everything is open. Like all the pubs, all restaurants, all public places, malls, shopping centers, everything is open. You can just visit. Just only mandatory thing is just you need to maintain 2 meter distance from one person to another. And as
Right.
Shreyansh mentioned that if you are traveling in tram or train, you need to carry the mask. And talking about colleges, so colleges have not yet been started. It will start from September. And like we used to have batches. So again, those batches have been segregated into two more batches so that fewer number of students are attending at a time. So all the good measures have been taken by the colleges, even by the government, to reduce the number of the corona cases. And yeah, like giving the conclusion, Ireland is pretty much safe right now to travel and do.
Okay. Uh, Coming to the question which has also been asked by Abdal, is that about the process? You know? So, in terms of can we have the all process at to one place so that we know exactly that what are the steps to follow in order to reach to the final destination in terms of a course or a country? To answer this question, maybe any one of you, maybe Shreyank or Pritesh, can take them through the process which you follow, you know, through us, so that it may be kind of a reference for them, and then I'll add to it.
See, so for me, the journey started like I just came to know that, okay, I want to do my MS in computer science or data analytics because I was a computer science guy. And because there was a lot of boom about IT in Dublin and Ireland. So I wanted to do it from here and I didn't knew anything like how to apply for the colleges, what are the visa purposes, how to apply for SOP, LOR, nothing because none of my friends were in Ireland. Like majority of my friends who did their MS from where either from US or from Australia. So none of them from Ireland. So I just came to, for me, it was pretty much clear. I came to Alif, and if I want to take the name, Shahina was the person who really helped us a lot. Like starting from the procedure, I didn't actually did anything. I just followed her instructions. She asked me for the papers, whatever documents she asked me. She filled the documents even for me. She submitted. She did everything. Even the IELTS exam was scheduled by her, and all the lectures and everything was provided by Alif. So the scenario was pretty much clear for me. I didn't went online and did lot of research. Initially, I did to find a good partner, like to find a good consultant for me who can be a good consultant. So I did a lot of research and finally I concluded on Alif. And I would say that was a good decision for me because from there, all the things were done by Alif.
Okay, except writing for the IELTS exam, you did everything for
Yeah,
us.
even guiding for SOP and LOR, like the SOP was written by me, then I gave the draft to them, then again the draft was checked and came back to me. 2 to 3 rounds were conducted, and finally the SOP was like made. So it
Okay.
was good interaction with everyone. Thank
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. So, what usually happens is that as a fresh students, graduating students, you may want to do a lot of research, which of course you must do it. But what I always say that you always need a mentor for anything you want to achieve in your life, right? And you may have a multiple mentors for the multiple reasons, right? So when you talk about the career or study abroad project, it's like a good big project, you know, as you consider your final year projects. So you got to do a lot of preparation, research, documentation process, etc. And any good career counselor, any good study abroad consultants should be able to handhold the students. So we are today talking about our company, but any good company should be able to guide the students. If they are good and expert in that, the people would handhold you right from identifying the right course and right college up till finding out the accommodation before you leave India. So that's a journey which the student has to go through. We have got a process in place. So if you would want, you can write to us. Our counselor will be able to give you the chart that through which you need to navigate yourself, and you know exactly you start from point A, you need to do all this exercise, and then you reach to point B in order to achieve your goal. So that's how usually it happens. I hope that that answers the question. Yes, Shreyans, you want to ask?
I would just like to add it in a perspective of what you guys are doing in your final year projects to this scenario. It's like what we do after the introduction in our final year project, we move on to the market survey. So when you move on to the market survey, you kind of try to find all the information from Google. And I'm pretty sure that you don't get market surveys easily available. So what you do is you mail the company and ask them from the market survey. So if you get a market survey for free, then you can say that, oh, okay, I'm not sure whether this company is great enough or not. So if you want the perfect market survey in terms of information, you have to pay the company to get you the right information. And I think that's how this entire system works. This market survey of information to how to get all the information for your masters in one single place is what I think all the consultants do. And I think that's I think their job, because you just can't do anything on your own, everything on your own, because they are the ones who have been in the field for so many years and they have the
Yes.
exact results, exact information. So yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
uh, fairly.
And one point of advice, thank you, Shreyansh. One point of advice on top of that is that uh, as a student, be open to the right destination. Not the one destination, but the right destination. And any good career counselor would help you to marry you with the right destination and with the right college, because that's
Yes.
his should be the job. I mean, you see that there are students coming from three different countries. Why Pritesh went only to Ireland? Why Priya went only to France or Shreyans to Germany? Because that was the right match for them based on the profile, based on the academics, based on the goal what they want to achieve in their life, based on the specialization they want to go for, and there could be many other factors. So once you've been read clearly, then only can be guided to the right destination. So not one solution is meant for everyone. you know so that's the reason a good doctor will always ask you to take a test before doing any operations on you. So that the test can help you to understand your body and then accordingly suggest you the right medicine. So okay, that's the one thing. Now let's move on. Saurav and Abdal, just share with me that as a graduating students, what are the uh, your thought process? Because there are certain very good things which you shared at the time. That Abdal, if you can start with that, what finally students? I mean, you also have got a good exposure, I must say, out of your profile. You've been to London already. You've represented your school in college. You've been into education and competition. So. Uh, Tell us what is your experience, that the final year students or third year students, in terms of selecting the right subject, selecting the right project in order to make a targeted career. What should they do, and what you've seen that your friends are not following that? What is your journey, and you want to share here?
I would like to pick up from the word of Aslam sir only, the word targeted career. We think that when we get into bachelor's of technology, like BTech or any bachelor's degree, we are into the process of our careers, but that's never targeted. After completing our graduation, almost all the people, all of my batchmates, I think almost all students thinks that there are three to four options that we can do. Either we can go for masters in foreign, either we can go for a job after campus placement, or either we can go for government jobs in India. But the very concept of getting to know a subject, getting to learn a subject, and then building a career upon it has completely vanished, as far as I think. Because until third year, a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues are, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're doing this project, and this will happen. And because of lack of opportunities And when they get to know exactly that what is required out of them to reach that particular point in foreign education, they they think, and it generally comes out that we have wasted 3 to 4 years of our graduation, and then our profile hasn't been built up the way we wanted to, and then we settle down for campus placements and think, okay, we'll do a job of 2 years, 3 years, gain experience, and then go for MS, or we'll go for MIM or MBA. So my question is, regard with any of my mentors, friends who could answer that, during our graduation time, how do we plan out our targeted careers? Like, I am doing my computer science engineering, but my background is completely into entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, and public speaking. And I didn't target it. By God's grace, it happened, and the flow is there. So I am in a safe position to apply for MSc entrepreneurship. But what about my friends? How do we tell them that? How do we plan a targeted career?
Right.
Okay, so I would like to answer this question. So, when you are in your engineering, so I think after 12th standard, I'm not sure how people have jumped into the conclusion of which engineering to take. Okay, that's another concept. Sometimes it might happen that you liked a certain subject in 11th and 12th standard, and then you thought that, okay, this is my stream and I'll continue with it. But then when once you entered, you realize that, oh damn, this is not my cup of tea, or I'm not enjoying it, and then you want to change it. So what I would say is there are many factors that come into the picture. So for example, if you want to give gate and settle down for a good job, then you need to know by the third year that, okay, my basics are pretty clear. I have not wasted my time in college in other cultural activities or committees or other stuff. So you know that, okay, my basics are very clear, and if I join a class or work myself for 1 year, I can get through it. The second thing is, I think, financial conditions. You need to know that, okay, how is it? Can I afford going to foreign countries? So, for example, US or Australia or Canada, which are pretty expensive as compared to Germany. So then you need to see the financial conditions, and you need to this is not someone can tell you. This is, you need to have a self realization that, okay, where the financial condition stands and how can I pursue it. The other thing is, you also need to see that, okay, how my parents would be comfortable me going to foreign, or shall I settle here with them for jobs and stuff like that. So I think these things, you as an individual need to decide. No one can come and tell you, because the mental, the all the aspects of families also are different when you compare it. So you can't go and tell your friend that, hey, you know what, you should take up job placements and all. I think job placements is the safest option people go through, because people know that I'll tell you my example, or even certain colleagues in my colleges, what they did is they were applying for foreign universities, but at the same time they were sitting for placements, which wasn't allowed in my college, by the way. They said you won't get transcripts if you do so, because you are kind of obstructing a place who wants who what do you say, a person who is capable might get it, because you might get that job, and then you get an admit, you fly away to certain country, and then the company is not going to give that position to a certain guy in your college, so you are kind of obstructing that place. So people sit for placements as the safest option. They play very safe. But I think by the time you reach third year and you have finished 6 semesters, you know that, okay, is my basics clear 100% and I go for gate, or okay, how is my financial condition, I can go for masters, and how is it that which country should I decide, that comes another option. Or there are certain friends of mine who after 4 years they have felt that, okay, engineering is not my cup of tea. They gave CDS, common defense services, they went to navy, army, and stuff like that. So I think at the end of the day, it's your perseverance and your own decision, and no one else can influence it.
Right. Shreyash, I think you made a very good point in certain communication, what you mentioned, that you need to start from your basics, and then you will review your cases every year,
Yeah.
what you have done and what you have achieved. And also, just to break that question, and what Abdal is also seeking is, what kind of different specialization, computer and IT, a student can look for in abroad if he wants to go. And Pritesh, I would like to invite you here, since you are pursuing this program. What are the different options available in Ireland, and also throw some light that we have been hearing a lot, that Ireland is the destination for IT, and the Googles and for Microsoft, everybody's coming and setting up there. How the scenario looks like from your side for specialization and the IT section in Ireland?
Yeah, so talking about specialization, so if you're coming from a computer science background, there are a lot of options available for you. Like you can do your core into masters in computer science, which again involves the fields like software development or talking about testing, automation, and those kind of stuffs. And the other area which is right now booming a lot, not just in Ireland, but across the world, is artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. So that is a subject which is booming across the world, and uh, seeing a lot of universities which are inviting students coming from computer science background to do their masters either in computer science or also into data analytics. Or there are some universities in Ireland we are providing kind of hybrid kind of masters which involves the software development as well as the data analytics. Because when you think about data analytics, it is a combination of software development plus data analytics. So that's the reason few universities have came up with those kind of opportunities. And yeah, Ireland is one of the, you can say, hottest place in for the IT. Because talking about big fours, talking about big IT companies, take any name, you take name of Google, take name of Facebook, or other IT companies like Accenture, Capgemini, Cognizant, TCS. Everybody is here, and they are coming with a lot of job opportunities. And because it is one of the coolest place, that is the reason all these companies are coming with of their data centers. And wherever there is a lot of data, there would be opportunity for the data analytics guys. So it is as simple as that. So
Right.
yeah, opportunities are there.
Yeah, and just to add one more thing, one important thing what has been mentioned here is the entrepreneurship or having a business management skills or public skills. What graduates can do if you think that you are already following one path of study like engineering or any sorts of graduation, and you think that you are good at something else also, right? Or you may be uh, doing better than your core graduation in some other area, then what you can do is that you can take up a courses which are available in that particular domain. Like for example, you can go for MBA or Masters in Entrepreneurship onto global business management, and that could be also a lethal combination. Having an engineering graduation along with the management skills on top of it. When you believe that you are good in the management areas, you can combine this two also. Not necessarily just follow the MS part of your particular engineering field unless you love it the most. Otherwise, you can of course add the management side of it, and then you can combine it. It could become a very good option because what the industries are struggling is not necessarily only with the graduates who know the coding or who know the hardcore job, but also to communicate fairly, handle the team, leadership skills, management skills. These are the areas whereby the industry uh, fairly struggling, and that's the reason why they have got a lot of internal training programs because the graduates do not come with these prerequisite skills, and
Yeah.
hence could be a good option for the students to look into this particular area. Just to answer this question, I'll come to Saurav, but before that, just want to go to Priya. I've got a question here that seeing you, maybe many parents are asking that how safe is for a girls to go abroad because a lot of time our Indian parents having a very close knitted family ties, and then we are not that really open. So, how do you see Priya being a girl? You are there all alone. I don't think so. You have got any relatives there. So, how you're managing? How do you find that place safe for girls' point of view?
Um, this question is for every parents, whoever is like applying for how safe is the country. Like I know my experience while I was applying, I was going through all this procedure. My parents were not ready. I have to go for the like I'm not going to eat for 1 month and everything. I did my dieting, which was for my parents. वो खा ही नहीं रही है. She is not eating at all. So parents actually are always worried, and when it's girl, then they are extra caring for them. So and also when I was applying for this process, there was a fire terrorist attack in France.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Paris
So
attack. The Paris attack.
yeah, yeah. So that added some negative to my parents. But
right.
when I was not having a single friend here, when I landed here, but there was one of my colleague came together with me in same flight. We shared the flight and everything. So That was arranged from Elif only. Uh, he is in my college only. His name is Shailesh. So we both came together. And from safest point of view, France is very safe country. Not only France, Europe is very safe. Like we go for the parties, we go for the restaurants, we go everywhere. Like, and while coming, it's too late. So sometimes it's two, sometimes it's even 12 o'clock, and it's very like we travel everywhere. So we have not went through any kind of teasing, eye teasing, or any molestation or anything. And even if there were cases like some of my college friends got robbed, we filed the cases to the police, and in 24 hours they took the action and they find the culprit. So
Right.
this is so fast. If you face any problem, you can go to the police and they will just do their work in 24 hours.
Right.
And for girls, you like I will tell to all parents, they are very this country is very safe. You can roam anywhere, anytime. Only the thing you have to keep in mind is tram time. Otherwise, you have to till 10, like where is your house? 10 kilometers away. You have to walk 10 kilometers at 2 o'clock.
That's
Yeah,
true. I mean, it happens once with me. I miss my tram time, and it
yeah,
actually works on time. So you can't afford to be late. Like you can't afford to follow the Indian time there. And if you miss it, then you have to either wait if it is there, it's a long time, or you just walk. Thank you,
yeah.
Priya, for the information.
Like 2 to 6, the tram doesn't work in the night. So
Right,
you
yeah,
have to be very careful with that.
right. So I'll just come to Saurav. Saurav, you are doing your automobile engineering. So, as
Yes,
an
sir.
automobile engineering student, what are the challenges or concerns you think you have in your mind, and maybe you are seeking the answer, or your friends or people like you who are doing this course are seeking the answer?
As being a student of automobile engineering, the main question is for me is jobs. As we know, the automobile field, automobile companies or automobile sector in India is not growing as compared to other sectors. For example, the IT sector in India is like growing at a very enormous rate in India as compared to other sectors, whereas automobile sector is at a very slow pace. We cannot say it's not growing, but at a very slow pace. Like foreign companies, big companies like Tesla, which are now at the top of their in the top in the market, are not trying to invest in India because of various issues with the new laws that are being passed in India. So it is always a concern whether will I get a better job, or do I have to stick with the a basic company where the wages are very low and not a well paid job. That's the main concern of every each and every automobile student over here.
Okay. If anybody wants to address this particular question, just let me know. Shreyans, if you have any news from Germany,
I think
what?
when you talk about automobiles, the one name that pops up in your mind is Germany.
German.
Yes,
Uh,
German. The German
Yeah,
engineers are the top.
And I would
German.
even say this because a recent article a few days ago, which I read, was they have, I don't remember the exact amount, but from the education fundings that is provided by the government, they have taken a certain percentage. I don't remember the exact amount to put in and invest in automobile sectors, because even they know now that the automobile sector is going down, and they don't want this to happen, because Germany, the major contributor is nothing but automobiles.
Automobile. Yeah,
Can say automobiles in Germany is still like one of the greatest. And then along with it is mechatronics and robotics, you might be knowing about.
robotics. Yeah, yeah, robotics. Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay. So just to take this question further, I just connect one particular line of point for the audience point of view is that what happens is that many times students are unsure what to do at this stage also of their graduation. We are going to do a separate conference like this for even for undergrad students. But today, since we are talking about graduating students' point of view, even at the final year stage, and if your parents are listening to us, you should accept this that many a time when we are graduating, we are still unsure whether should we continue in the same field further down, after graduation, and that's okay. I mean, don't blame the kids for this, because there are a lot of uncertainties in the market, as sort of rightly mentioned, and also as Abdal mentioned, that they might have picked up one particular line which they found it more interesting. They are doing more better than what they thought they would be doing in their graduation time. So it is very okay to accept these changes over the period of graduation. Again, I'll give my example, because I think, the worst example for any kid, who has done a lot of experiments in his career. So I did my 12th, I did my commerce. I was supposed to go into science, moved to commerce. I did export import management. I went for software engineering in between. I did my BCom. I appeared for exams for somebody was talking about Navy. So I even went to apply for INS Hamla in Mumbai for Navy exam.
My
Uh,
lord.
yeah, thrown out in the third round of selection. I went to Mysore, where they conduct all India tests for the Air Force kids who wants to get into Air Force. So again, I failed in the second day, and then I had to come back. What I mean to say is that it's okay for the people to experiment, because unless you go through your life of student's journey, you won't realize what you're good at. But luckily, you have got the tools now today available, whereby you no longer need to experiment. So there are a lot of testing tools, like aptitude tools are there. I'm putting a link here. My colleague will help me to do so. So you can follow this link. You can click onto this aptitude test. It usually is expensive. It's cost approximately 3,999. But for today, we are offering it for just 1,999. So you can take this test. It's a three-dimensional test. It's approximately 150 plus questions you got to answer. It's a very scientific, very psychological, and it will help you to achieve the targeted career which you should do without experimenting onto yourself. So this is the best tool which is available. Just fill in the blanks, get the details. A counselor will help you to go through it, and then you can take the advantage. This option, we usually keep it only on Fridays. So if you would like to take this test at this price, it's only for today, just to help you to get yourself sorted out. So once you take the test, the detailed report will come to you, and a detailed counseling will be done, considering the test that what is good for you based on your strengths and weaknesses and your emotional intelligence, adversity quotient, IQ, etc., etc. So coming to the point, yes, there is uncertainty in the automobile sector, but this is a sector which is going to be there, going to thrive there. It would just change its form. So petrol, diesel, and then we are talking about hybrid model of cars. Then we are going to talk about the electrical vehicles which are coming up. But it's the way media sometimes showcase. It's not going to replace altogether at one go. It
Yeah, but
takes its own sweet of amount of time. It still takes, because see, for example, in Germany, they're still producing petrol cars. The BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Lamborghini, they are still featuring out the new features with in the petrol or diesel cars. So it's what I mean to say is that it's good to talk about the technology in the future, but always define the future, what the future means. It's not tomorrow. It may take still few decades and years to completely replace it. So be very rational into your decision when you're talking about this course. And as Shreyan said clearly, there are lots of courses which are a good hybrid model in terms of specialization also. And in abroad, there are lots of dual specialization available, and make use of it, because then you don't just rely on to one subject and one specialization. You have a multiple options to have a major and minor, so that you can do these two specialization and then accordingly select your project. That's why you're a little more safer as compared to the other kids who are just going into one direction. And third thing, which I already told you, if you think that, and she has also touched upon this point, and maybe Pritesh, that if you think that you are not in the right career still at this point of time after doing your graduation, you should not worry about it, because it happens with many students. We have seen students changing a career at this point of time and still able to make it a good profession for themselves after 2 or 3 years of master's degree. So master degree is still is an opportunity for you if you want to remain in your career or you want to change your career. You can use it
yeah,
as an opportunity. So I hope that that answers the questions. Now I come to uh, changing the gear. I just come down to you guys and just want to ask. These are the few questions which many students wants to know that how was the situation for the students there out in abroad. Like for example, Saurabh was asking me about the culture. Okay, if I go as a student, so how is that culture is all about? Saurabh, can you just elaborate the question? Yeah.
I would like to elaborate my question that I asked to sir. So, as we know that when you went to the specific country, which or the university you joined in the country, were you allowed to do the job in the very first year of joining? Because on the internet, as I said that I have researched some, I got to know that in the freshman year, like first year, you are not allowed to work outside the campus. You have to work inside the campus or do a campus job or something like that. Is it true or is it just a fake rumor, something like that?
So it is not true for the masters. Like if you're coming for the master's program in Ireland, it is just of 1 year. So you can, if you like, you are required. You need to have certain kind of other things, like certain kind of card. We call it as a PPSN number. When you want to do a part-time job or something, there is a thing called as PPSN number which is required. So you can apply for getting that before you are here in Ireland. You can apply for getting PPSN number, and once you have it, you can go to the market and do any kind of job. So I have few of my friends who got their part-time job the very third or fourth day they landed in Ireland. So I don't think so. This is the case in Ireland.
And was it easy to settle down with the people around you, or was it difficult to like communicate with the students? Other even the students from all region must be in
Yeah.
your campus. So was it easy to cope up, or like did it take some time to
See,
get on the
Ireland is
proficiency?
very friendly country, I would say. It is very easily here to communicate with the people around you. And Ireland is a place where the people from majority from Asia are coming. People from Nigeria are there. People even from people from US. We have students from US come to Ireland to do their MS. So you have all variety of students. And talking about the home country, Ireland is very friendly. You can just, it's like you're from
I'm from India.
Mumbai, India, like
Mumbai, yeah,
which
Mumbai.
part? Yeah,
Yeah,
Mumbai. So see, I'm also from Mumbai. So how it goes, like if you want to ask something, or if you want, like if you want to go from Andheri to Malad, how you will just ask, go and ask somewhere कि boss मेरे को यहाँ जाना है मैं कैसे जाऊँ? So it's
yeah, yeah.
it's pretty much clear here in like in Ireland also. People are really friendly. They will even walk 10 to 20 steps with you to take you to the right step. People are really friendly over here. They will just like guide you with the timings of the trams. They will provide you options. Okay, don't waste your money by going with a tram. There is a shortcut, just take this way and you will reach over there. So people are really good, I would say. They really like to help people.
That's a version of Ireland, but I'm sure that the other countries are a little different. So
Yeah.
let me always talk about the good things. I'm not saying bad things, but I'm saying that there are challenging things also. So and we were making a joke yesterday. So I'll invite Shreyansh and Priya, to also chip in and then answer this question from your country point of view.
For France, for the college, I will say. I think you can hear me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. For college, provides so many opportunities to mingle up with other students. We are the mixed batch. We have 26 different nationalities in our college. You will find people from every corner, from Africa, from China, from India, and from America, Canada, everywhere. People come together, students come together, and uh, so college gives us chance to mingle up with them. Like how they they do some indoor like college activities before starting. There is a 1 week totally dedicated to the foreign students to mingle up. They will we will play games together. We played so many games together. Even we played hide and seek. We played like blindfold. They actually make us play these things here
Yeah,
in the
actually, what
campus.
he's saying is that it's an orientation week.
Yeah,
So हमारे यहाँ पे शायद होता है नहीं होता है बहुत से कॉलेज में आई एम नॉट श्योर या होता भी है तो इट्स फॉर वन डे जस्ट दे विल गिव यू
Yeah.
द do's and don'ts and वगैरह many colleges they do it for a week's time.
Week. Yeah, there is a week period to
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
In
but
Ireland,
I
it is for
must,
2 weeks.
uh,
Oh my
I must
God.
say,
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, I must say that see, it's not always the same story. country like Germany, they are a little conservative. So it's Ireland. They found it to be very friendly. Maybe that I'll ask Shreyash to throw some lights on that.
Okay, when you talk about part time, so firstly, the thing is, I don't know the other thing, but I know about US that you get a visa for 2.5 years and stuff like that. But in Germany, you get when you are in India, you get a visa only on your passport, only for like 3 months or 6 months, depending. After that, you need to show the funds in your blocked account for 1 year, and then your visa gets extended for 1 year, and then it goes on so on and on. So it's like initially if you are getting a visa from India for 3 months, like from people from my batch, so we came here in September or August last week, so there were few people who got this visa till November, whereas I got it till February. So now if you're getting till February, then you can't work till February. If you are getting till November, you can't work till November because this is issued from India. So when you come here and that is going to expire, 1 month before that, you go and you apply for a residence permit. Then you get 1 year of residence permit and extension of visa. And along with that, you get Zusatzplatz, which is like what do you say, a go through or a check mark that you can work now. So once there is a visa extension, only then you are allowed. So now again, there are like technical jobs as well as non-technical jobs. So in our university, so in German, it's called HIWI jobs. So HIWI stands for like Hilfswissenschaftler. So which means like helping, and Wissenschaft means science. So it's like helping science or research jobs. So which you get under your professors inside the university. But again, that's a bit difficult to find in the first semester because you don't have much experience, and they would always prefer students from third semester or second semesters. So I would
Yeah,
suggest
that
that semester you go on to work non-technical jobs in pubs, restaurants, and everywhere, and you get minimum wages of like 12 euros per hour at least. So that is, and along with that, you get tips. So I won't say that working in one first year or first few months is not possible or possible. This is in Germany. It's basically depends on that visa, how long you get from India. So if it's still earlier, you can start it or not. Coming to the other question of cultural insights. So the thing is, for me at least, when I came to Germany, so we had something known as pre-master course, which is of 1 month. So, irrespective of whichever background you come from and whichever engineering you want to do in the university, be it chemical, be it data science, or digital communication, or anything, finance, biology, anything, you have to attend that pre-master course, which consists of physics, chemistry, maths, and if you are taking biology, for biology. So this 1 month is not to teach you the basics or to know what you want. It's basically along with this, every time you have cultural lectures. So for 1 month, the college arranges in the entire city. I don't know what these games are called in German. Their names are different. You go through different places in teams, find out certain stuff. Then there's GK about the city, what all things you know about the city, and like everything is particularly cool. So yeah, just like Priya mentioned, we have a orientation month, you can say, and then you are subdivided into your respective streams, and then it starts after a month. Adding on to what Pritesh said about people in Ireland, in Germany also you will find people who will actually come and drop you to your place where you want to go for 20 odd minutes, even if they're not traveling in that direction. But at the same point, you will also find certain people who are very reluctant and won't answer you. So it's just like India, man. Like you will find good people that are going to help you, and you might find some people who are in very rush or don't want to help you. So you can't generalize a country on the basis of I met. So it's on your experience. If you met good people, you will have a good review. If you didn't meet good people, you might not have a good review.
yeah,
Right. Thank you very much, Yas, for asking that. Abdal, we were talking about knowing the exact process of going abroad and then career opportunities post that, right? So, do you have any questions related to career, related to fees, or related to spending time as a student there?
Yeah, I do have one question, like two, three questions actually. Do
Yeah.
these Udemy courses and certifications help us in our application? Do they make our CV heavy, or is just a hoax?
I would say it's really going to help you because adding a certain kind of certification, talking from technical back like technical perspective, if you're going for master in data analytics and if you already have done some kind of courses, technical courses from Coursera or Udemy, talking about a foundational course in Python, foundational course in machine learning, I think it usually helps you. Like not only from getting admission, but also from completing your master's.
Okay.
I think from my perspective, it doesn't help in Germany for getting an admission because they really don't see what courses have you done. Because at the end of the day, these courses should contribute to your additional knowledge. Okay, it's not like just I just kept the video on, finished the course, got the certificate. Anyone can do that. So Germany is not at all a fan of these courses. But yeah, when it comes to your LinkedIn profile, and then when you finish your masters and are looking for jobs in Germany, then this helps a lot. So these are two different perspectives. In admission, not at all help you, but in terms of jobs, it will definitely help you.
I think it's related
And
to
did
that.
anyone
Yeah. Sorry,
and
Abdul.
did
Please.
any one of you actually give GRE or GMAT? Because there's a big thing ki GRE, GMAT is the thing you need to do before going. You need to prepare for it. Quants has to be very strong and stuff. So regarding that,
Uh, I would
Yep,
like
yep.
to add, if it all depends upon your college you are going to apply in future. Like for France, some of the college they require GMAT scores, and also the subject you are choosing. Like my subject was international business, so for me GMAT was not necessary. But some people in my college they are doing finance, they require GMAT compulsory. So it depends upon the course and the college.
Right. So just to add for this, anybody wants to answer before I answer this question?
Yeah, I think it depends on the country to country. I think what you spoke about, I think it's particularly with respect to US, I feel, because in US that's the scenario that your GRE
or
score needs to
UK
be,
also.
yeah, even for that matter, UK. So it also depends on the college. So most universities in Germany do not require a GRE score at all. They just require an IELTS score and that's all. But if you have a GRE score, then it's a good thing. But again, Germany is not at all a fan of GRE score until and unless you apply to few colleges like TU Munich or for that matter TU Stuttgart. I know. So these people require your GRE score, but again they won't see what's your score. Just like in US or UK, they see like 320, oh perfect, and 305, 304, not that great. No, they just don't see anything about 3 is a great score in Germany. And yeah, that's all. I feel that you kind of need to shortlist the colleges first that you want to apply, and then you see what are the requirements and then process along. You can't just just go multi-directional and then come to a certain conclusion. That's what I feel.
Yeah, here I'll add to
And
Shreya's.
one big question that
Uh,
yeah,
Hello,
I
can you hear
wanted
me?
to ask Shreyansh that
Hmm.
Yeah.
even if before considering for applying in any universities or colleges in Germany, especially, do we need to know Germany, or if we don't know, do we need to prepare from India when we apply? Then we are oriented about the language. What is the language barrier of Germany and English there?
Okay, so this is a good question. I even wanted to address this. So the thing is, when you are planning to do an English course, okay, so why is it that getting to German universities is difficult? Because you need a good bachelor score. So whichever universities you come from, they convert into German GPA, and it's around
Okay.
something more than 60 percentage. Or you need, so here the GPAs of Germans are in reverse order. Five means low and one means the highest. So if you are having anything less than or equal to 2.3, that is 2.2, 2.1, by converting your pointers of your engineering, then you will definitely get an admission. And along with this, you need 6.5 IELTS minimum. And German only A1 is required, or not even that is required for English course. But I'll tell you that your English course in a particular university is just one course in the entire university. So, entire staff, entire like everyone over there is going to speak only German. And yeah, people from every country which are non-English speaking countries are reluctant to speak English because they want to preserve their culture. And I feel that's particularly or pretty true. That's good.
Yes.
So it's more of how you want to get indulged into the culture and get addressed and get involved with them. So my suggestion would be do at least B1 and then come to Germany for an English course. I myself did A2 when I was in India, and I kind of struggled a bit. You can say, okay, so my German was great even after A2, but I would still suggest that B1, after completing B1, only you should step into Germany, because this is an easiest step to get into part-time jobs. You don't have to, like make any efforts or something like that, because at the end of the day, when you get part times in restaurants and all, you have to speak to the customers and you need a basic German to make a dialogue. So B1 is my suggestions for an English course. And the other thing I wanted to add up is, even if there are students whose GPAs are not that great, whose bachelor score is not that great, always opt to do the masters in full German. Okay, especially I would add up to automobiles. There are courses in mechatronics and robotics which are not available in English in many colleges. I think only three colleges are there in the entire Germany, and it's very difficult to get admission into these three colleges. So if you are ready to invest time in learning the languages and kind of, I won't say it's a risk, but take it and do your masters in German for German. I think it's a great step, because I'll tell you the reason why. Because here, why do people come for, why do Germany is offering free? Because when the Germans do their bachelor's in engineering, they have sufficient knowledge after their bachelor's to get a good job. They think that, oh, investing 2 more years for bare minimum of increment 400 to 500 euros is worthless, and that's the reason they don't opt for masters. And that's why German government is like, okay, come, we'll give you free education, because we want students and people who should get or dive deep into the knowledge and then work ahead. So the one I feel the German, like if I knew these things before I came to Germany, I would have definitely finished German C2 and then pursued my course in Germany, because I feel the professors help you a lot, because they don't have a lot of students to do this. They don't have a lot of students taking this risk or taking this course. Then they feel very happy that you are completely getting into the culture, getting into the boots of the Germans. And there is no bare requirement of your bachelor score. You don't need 60% or 2.2. You don't need IELTS score. You don't need GRE score. You don't need don't need anything. You just need German C1 if you are learning from Telk Hochschule, that is TELC Hochschule. You need 4 points in each module if you are going with respect to TESDA. And if you're going from Goethe Institute, then you need C2. So
Right. So
if
sorry, that's just to
German,
add to here, just to add to here, because we are onto the time limit. So
yeah,
just
sure.
to also add some points which I wanted to cover here is that what rightly question asked, GRE, GMAT, just from the global perspective now at the answer, is that it's a US and most of Canada-based universities who would demand you for GRE for masters and GMAT for your MBA. Get it very clear. This is very simple. And rest of the world, including UK, Ireland, Germany to greater extent, France, Australia to greater extent, and New Zealand would not care about GRE and GMAT. First thing. Why do you hear so much of buzz about this GRE GMAT? Is also another reason is it's a business here. There are coaching centers who wants to coach you, and that's the reason why they generally come in the second year of engineering colleges, and they come and they promote that, oh, you have to have this, then only you get into a foreign university. And earlier, USA was considered mostly the major destination for study abroad, which is no longer for last 5 to 6 years. There are many countries opened up, and hence, what Shreya said rightly, first you, or Priya also said rightly, first you identify where you want to go, what course you want to go, and which college you want to join. Once you sorted out this, then you look at their entry requirement. If they don't require, don't go for it. If they do require, go for it. So that's a simple way to answer this thing. And also to talk about my daughter. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Also to talk about yes. Also to talk about the other things is that the career point of view. Now the career is like placements are available. The colleges are having internship based courses also. Like case of France, you have got the internship based course which Priya is going through. I'm sorry, I'm not coming to the question for this because we just need to summarize the session. But just coupling it up. So Priya is doing internship based courses. So you can also go for an internship based course. You can go for a program which has got a sandwich specialization, and that's the reason why it's better that you first identify which course, which college you want to go, and then you take a step to prepare yourself, right? So just to summarize now, the last sentence I would like to take from our mentor students and then come back to the Saurabh and Abdal. So what one advice, if Pritesh has to give, what Pritesh would like to give to our students and parents who are listening?
So my only advice for the people who are from computing background and coming for masters in computer science or data analytics is to brush up their coding skills before coming here. Like this is from academia perspective, and from other
Yeah,
perspective, it's like to find a good mentor for them who will guide them throughout the entire process. How to start the documentation, how to apply for the colleges, how to apply, like look for the colleges which is suitable as per their profile and as per their aspirations. So these are
right.
my take backs.
Thank you very much, Pritesh. Shreya?
My advice to parents would be just let your kids do whatever they want. Even if they select any country, it's their choice, or any career they want to pursue, it's their choice. Because at the end of the day, life is all about experimenting and then coming to a conclusion. Coming to all these, irrespective of whichever branch you are from, you need to find out which country is suitable for you. And when you select a country, also, I feel that you can keep a backup country to it, and then from the main core country and the backup country you list down colleges, and then from these colleges you then see the individual requirements and then go through. Just don't mingle around too much on the internet, because there will be a lot of sites which will give you false information, and then you might feel that these people have said something like that.
Right,
This point
absolutely.
plays a very important role.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Priya?
Uh, my suggestion will be that come prepare with the language, so it will be easy for getting part-time jobs, and it will open many opportunities here. Plus be open to new experiment, new experience for every time. That's it.
Right. Thank you very much. Saurabh and Abdal, I hope that the session was insightful to you and students like you who are listening to us. And I wish you all the best, everyone, for joining this session. And we had a few questions, which I think most of the things which we have already answered. We have what were the problems that you faced at the start as students in Germany, and what would you recommend? Shreya, if you could just be very brief, just to answer this question from Ajinkya Nayak.
Yeah, sure. So, one problem about the language that I said was that you should be B1 minimum when you come to Germany for ease of part-time and to communicate and get into touch with all the people. And when you want to gel among with Germans and you want them to accept you, I think B1 is the bare minimum criteria that I would suggest. And the problems in Germany, as I faced, were it's as simple as that when your friends go to US or Australia, they will have a totally different life. They will have a lot of people from India. They'll stay together in private apartments. So please do not compare your life with other people or people who are in other countries, because every country culture is different, and you will have a different experience. So if you kind of compare your life with them, you are always going to feel that, oh, I'm alone here and stuff like that. And yeah, that's were the only few things that I did miss, because even I compared my life with my other friends in US, and then I used to feel bad about it. But in Germany, it takes a few months to gel up among with people. Probably it might take as long as a semester. But I think that's okay because we come from Mumbai or anywhere in India where we are kind of more extrovert, and then this introvert kind of life is not where you can get adapted quickly. So yeah, that was the problem.
Right. Thank you, Shreyas. Thank you for adding that piece of note. So, thank you for joining me today. It was truly a wonderful session we had on Indo-Europe Student Confluence. If any of our listeners seek further information, please feel free to contact us on our helpline number 99870 99890, or visit our website www.alif.in. You can also find us on Facebook, Insta, and YouTube. And YouTube will have a lot of informative videos which would help you to deep dive into different subjects. And again, if you are not clear about what you should do after your graduation, still you are thinking whether should I continue or not in my particular field, take up this test. The link is already been shared. It's offered at a very discounted rate for today's date. So it's just for 1,999, and this test will help you to test your strengths and weaknesses and have a free counseling with that. So my name is Aslam Sheikh, founder and CEO of Aleph, signing off for this with the promise to come back again on the next Friday at 5 p.m. with another interesting topic and some amazingly talented speakers enlightening you on a subject that matters to you the most. Until then, thank you very much for watching this program. Stay safe and stay excited. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.